Hello, YouTube family and friends. I hope everybody's doing good tonight. I'm doing well myself, and it is Wednesday night, so that means Watts Wednesday. So, welcome back, or just welcome. If you're new here, I am Texas Beach Mom or Mama Robin, whichever you prefer. That's entirely up to you. And as I said, it is Watts Wednesday. So, I wanted to talk to you about a video I saw, and forgive me, please. Can't remember the name of the channel off the top of my head. I will look it up and I will add it to the description, or I'll add it somewhere in the title or the description. But anyway, I ran across this channel a while back. It probably wasn't a while back. It was probably just a few days ago. Anyhow, I ran across this channel a few days ago and listened to this video. And if we go back in time, we go back in the Wayback Machine, back when all this was first happening and stuff. People, when after Chris Watts getting his video and everything, his interview, and everybody saw him on TV, people started crawling out of the woodwork, if you remember right, saying that they met him, they had an affair with him, or they had a one night stand with him, and this and that. Now, then there was a couple of people that the police interviewed. Now, I do remember I talked to you about the gay guy a while back, because he had details. He was consistent in his story, and he had receipts, right? So I talked to you about his interview. Then I ran across a video, like I said the other day, about a woman that we had heard about in the Wayback Machine. Oh, and by the way, I'm sure you've already noticed this, but I'm doing it outside. Just a very nice night. There's a nice moon. No clouds. Beautiful. No stars, but no clouds. Got my lights on and stuff. But anyway, so back to what I was saying. There was a chick that came out of the woodwork, and she said she had been with him. They had met on Tinder, and she met him at a Chick-fil-A, and I guess they had sex. Now, from that first interview I saw of hers, I was under the impression that she'd only met up with him once. According to this channel, and I'll tell you the name in the description or somewhere. This channel implies that she had had 2 or 3 hookups with him, and that they started out sweet and kind and gentle and all that, and they kind of got more aggressive, and then they got violent. And apparently, according to her story, she ended up in the ICU. Again, I don't know this. I'm just telling you what I saw, that she ended up in the ICU. So if I've told you the story about her recently and I have simply forgotten, I'm sorry. Forgive me. I'm sorry. And if I haven't, then good. We're on the right track. I do remember telling you about the gay man, but I can't remember if I talked about her, and I can't remember her name right now. I'd have to go look it up again. Just been one of those days. But anyway, so back in the Wayback Machine, she had an interview with the police. They talked to her, but she met him on Tinder and Chick-fil-A and blah, blah, blah. Well, apparently, according to this more recent video I saw, she had hooked up with him more than once. It implied that she'd been with him 2 or 3 times. It also talked about, or implied, that not only had she been with him more than once or twice, she'd been with him 2 or 3 times. He started out really sweet, and he got increasingly violent. Now, I think, if I remember right, the gay man that came forward kind of hinted to the same thing. I don't remember for sure. But anyway, and both of these would have occurred before Nicole Kessinger. Both of these. But according to this one girl, she, from the Wayback Machine, she hooked up with him, and he was sweet, and he was kind, and then the hookup became more aggressive, and then it became violent. And according to her, she ended up in the ICU. Now, the one thing I'm trying to figure out, well, a couple things. First of all, let me say up front, for some reason I believe him more. Actually, not for some reason. Let me explain why I believe him more. I believe him more because, number one, his story stays consistent. Number two, he provides more details. Number three, he provided receipts. So that's the main reasons I believe him way more. With her, I don't believe her as much. Her story's not that consistent. There's holes in it. Uh, holes in it. There's not really any real consistency. Um, not many receipts. I listened to part of her actual interview with the police, and she's pretty vague. Now, because women don't get taken seriously when they've been attacked, they tell somebody they've been attacked, they don't get taken seriously. I want to believe her. I do. I want to give her the benefit of the doubt. She's just not very consistent. Now, that doesn't mean that it didn't happen. It doesn't mean that it did. It doesn't mean that it didn't. It may have really happened. I don't know. But I don't. I want to, but I don't. Yeah, she talked about how it was good and everything was fine, and he was gentle, and he was sweet, and he was kind, and this and that, and the other, and then he wasn't. What I think some people did, and I'm not saying she did this, I'm not saying anyone did this. I think some people may have done this. Because there was a bunch of people that kind of came forward. I think they wanted their time in the limelight. Ooh, I know him. I know him. You know, I know who he is. I've been with him. I can tell you what he's like. You know what I mean? Gets their name in the limelight. They get their own spot on the news for 5 minutes or whatever. I wouldn't think it would be worth it to come forward and tell intimate details unless you did it. But on the other hand, with that being said, I guess some people do anything for that 5 minutes of fame. Because that's really all her thing added up to, was about 5 minutes. From the interview I saw. Now, this channel, and again, I'll get the name to you later, this channel seems to be talking about more than that, but again, I don't know. So I guess we have to take a trip in the Wayback Machine, maybe see if I can find that video on my own. Or find the video I watched and rewatch it. I don't know. But yeah, for as much as I want to believe her and give her the benefit of the doubt, at the same time I'm like, you're kind of vague. She keeps saying things in the interview like, oh, I don't remember, or he might have done that, but I'm not sure. And I thought, if it was that bad and you were ended up in the ICU, you should remember that shit, you know? Again, I don't have an explanation for it. But that's really all I ran across tonight. There is one I'm looking at where they're taking the first police interview and they're breaking it up in sections. And I kind of want to watch that again and see if I can pull something out of that. But right now, I don't really have more than that. And it's just been, everything's fine. It's just, I don't know. I feel like I've been just kind of not into doing anything lately. But I'm fine. Like, I'm physically fine. I'm mentally fine. I'm just kind of not. I don't know if it's burnout or what it is. Whatever it is, I'm sure it'll pass, and I'm gonna try to get back on track. And I occasionally have short videos. I don't know why I'm rambling now. Well, it's whatever. But I'm gonna close out with a scene because it's a beautiful night tonight. I want to show everybody this, so we're gonna do. Well, if I can figure out how to do this on my phone, we will. Nope, I didn't figure out. This is a fairly new phone still. I didn't get to do what I wanted to do, but whatever. Anyhow, I hope you all have a beautiful, blessed night, a great weekend, or a beautiful and blessed night. Don't worry about the weekend yet because we have Friday night. It's either going to be Lady Bird Lake Friday night or the Menendez brothers again. because there's a lot going on with that case too. Matter of fact, Bailey Sarian did a video on the Menendez case. She did a pretty good one. I think Monday. Yeah. Excellent true crime person. Does an excellent job with her videos. She does a lot of times when she does her, well, actually, every time she does her Monday videos, it's called Murder, Mystery, and Makeup Mondays. And she talks about somebody's murder and does her makeup. But she does good videos. The only thing with Bailey, and I love her to death, and she's a beautiful girl, and she seems like she's very sweet. The only thing with Bailey is it seems like she has problems with some words. Not that I don't either. Um, I've had some real problems with some of them. But anyway, if it's your birthday and I've missed it, happy birthday. If it's your anniversary and I missed it, happy anniversary. I will be back Friday with the Lady Bird Lake or Lady Bird Lake adjacent or the Menendez brothers. Like I said, just saying, Bailey did a really good one, so you might go find her. I love you guys. And that is my security camera shining on me. I love you guys, and I will be back later. So see you all on Friday. Have a beautiful and blessed night, and